The girl drank a bowl of tea. The next moment, her head mysteriously disappeared. Grandmother, seeing this, wasn't alarmed. Instead, she was extremely happy. It turns out the girl drank invisibility potion made by her grandmother. But grandmother, due to her excitement, suddenly died on the spot and accidentally knocked over the antidote. Looking at the remains of the antidote in the broken bowl, Annie had no choice but to drink it. Unfortunately, due to the small amount, Annie would become invisible during the day, only revealing her true form at night. Annie decided to find another antidote, but when invisible, villagers only saw clothes walking by themselves. They immediately screamed in terror about seeing a ghost. Annie walked to the crossroads, mischievously looking back at the villagers, instantly making them faint from fear. Annie continued walking forward, but was suddenly surrounded by people. They didn't believe that in broad daylight, there could be a ghost causing trouble. They rushed to attack Annie, wanting to knock off her conical hat, to see if Annie was human or ghost. After several exchanges, a bully knocked off the woman's hat with one strike. Everyone was immediately dumbfounded. It really was a headless person. Then, Annie removed her clothes one by one, completely disappearing from sight, only a sword floating in midair. Swinging, the bullies were caught off guard. In no time they were beaten and fled in disarray. Kind-hearted Annie didn't pursue them, letting them go. But the bully had no intention of leaving Annie alone, because Annie had humiliated her. The bully found two skilled fighters to deal with Annie. The limping one was skilled in flame palm technique. One strike instantly shattered a large tree to pieces. The blind one was skilled in locating by sound. Even a strand of hair falling to the ground, she could hear it. The two surrounded Annie. Annie had no choice but to fight. The blind one wielded weapons in close combat with Annie, while the limping one used flame palm techniques from the side. Annie was no match for the two. She removed her clothes hoping to escape invisible, but the blind one could hear her footsteps, and signaled to the limping one, who threw hidden weapons that struck Annie. Annie desperately fought her way out, escaped into a cave and fainted. Fortunately, she was rescued by a medicine master gathering herbs. Under the master's careful treatment, Annie not only purged the poison from her body, but gradually developed feelings for the medicine master. Annie was immersed in the happiness of love every day, but happiness was short-lived. The bully caught up again. Annie was no match for them, could only fight while retreating. Finally finding a chance to remove her clothes and become completely invisible, she fought the blind one with her sword. While the medicine master created noise distractions, the blind one's hearing was disrupted. She could only wildly swing her staff. Annie seized the opportunity to stab the blind one to death. Without the blind one's help, the limping one couldn't locate Annie. All hidden weapons missed their target. Finally, she was killed by Annie with one slash. After all enemies were eliminated, Annie and the medicine master decided to marry, but they needed to quickly develop an antidote. Otherwise, an invisible mother would terrify their children.